Hello, Space Turnouts. Welcome to the launch pad where we've got, I guess, what is this, part 2 of our playthrough of Star Trek Resurgence. I hope you enjoyed the last one, and if not, then I highly suggest you go check part 1 out, where we met our two main characters, Jara and Carter. Jara is the new first officer of the USS Resolute, and Carter is like an engineer, petty officer in engineering in the lower decks. And where we last left off, Jara just took command of the Resolute for the first time, and we finished that kind of intro to her arc. And now we're gonna start with Carter, who we were out on a spacewalk to help fix the ship because we have a big diplomatic mission to get through to, I guess, stop a war or something in deep space. So here we are, Storm Surge. We're gonna join Carter and his crewmate as we're going to go on out on this spacewalk. Let's check it out. Continue. Storm Surge.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great.
We did that last
Get
episode.
to that emitter.
Alright, A. So we gotta walk around. So that's me, Carter, in the middle there, with our magnetic boots.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces
That's
again.
right, we had to fix the Resolute.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No.
Wow, look at that.
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Say, of course I want more.
A massive, massive machine.
Yeah, of course I do. Starfleet's an open door. We just have to walk through.
Carter's an optimist.
You wanted to get away. I enlisted because
We look so small.
I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before.
Go boldly, he says.
Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
That's our job. We have to recalibrate this thingamajig. Open it up. A lot of tools. So we're gonna pick one up. Here we go.
Beginning recalibration.
Turn nodes to center circular things. Okay, so we gotta turn. Did we do it?
Looks good. That wasn't
Oh,
so
alright. We did it. There's a red light flashing over there. Did anyone notice that?
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Ooh, this guy.
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. At least I know this ship inside and out.
Well,
Better than just about anyone.
we'll say he is impressive.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
That's right, we need a special infusion of medical stuff.
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario,
Well, you know what? We'll say
but not outside the realm of
we'll say the
possibility.
captain understands.
Captain Solano's familiar with my condition. I'm sure it factored into his decision. So I'd have to say it's not a problem.
We should probably have a contingency plan just in case. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
Well, I'm gonna say...
So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the Starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever
Let's see
seen.
what this guy thinks of us real quick, because I don't know, it's kind of weird. So he has mixed feelings about our suitability after the first meet. Oh, I guess we want to turn that to the positive. All right, let's see.
At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure.
Come on, that red light.
Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound on
Oh,
screen.
that does not sound good.
Tracing its trajectory. Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading
Well,
power
I think we
abnormalities
gotta
all
call
over
red
the ship.
alert.
Red alert!
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
All right, that sounds like
There's
a
a
good
better
idea.
way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
All right,
That's right, which is why we need to
let's
send
do the
power
shields.
to our
That makes
shields.
sense.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields!
I hope that was the right choice.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Maybe that wasn't the best idea. So we're back with Carter
We've
now.
reached the first access point.
Understood? Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
more to go. All right.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Hmm. Always with these flipping little chips back and forth.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
Coalesced.
Coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Did it work?
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
So I have to use my phaser to zap those thingamajiggies. Hey, shoot that thing! Oh no!
Are you alright?
Yeah. Took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged your shield. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
Oh, I got hit again.
Carter!
That hurt.
This thing is behind me.
Not get hit again.
There we go. I'm like shooting phasers at like energy blobs.
We're almost to the regulator.
I think I got them all. No? Got him. What's she looking at? Is there someone over here? Hey, behind you! Behind you!
We're at the regulator.
Ooh, made it.
Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
So we open the thing. All right.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance.
All right.
Almost
That wasn't a
done.
clear puzzle, but I was able to
Once I
get
cycle the
it.
manifold nozzles, choke.
Oh no, the ship! Oh, that is not good.
Get down! Here's the bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We Got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us. Put him through.
Resolute. Remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the Starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
Our crew is out there.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We
safest
have people on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
Alright.
Jara?
Captain, you brought me here
We'll
because
see.
you
Trust
trusted
me here.
Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
I think we're gonna reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, he doesn't like it. Well, the captain's not happy with our
Repair
decision.
crew, this is Acting Captain Jara AND. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
Whew, made it.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Did we just like turn this thing? It's stuck. You got it? You did it! Oh, more of those zappy things.
Look out!
Oh no.
I got you.
Oh, she's unconscious.
Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc to approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the
Okay,
interior.
so we have to get there.
Roger that. Going there now.
Ooh. So there's a lot of debris. I hope we don't have to dodge all that.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
No, she's injured, right? She should go first.
No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Oh, come on, pull it, pull it. Oh, that doesn't look good. Looks like I got hit in the face with that plasma stuff. What happened here? So, for Carter, well, it looks like Itzalar is happy that I saved her, and for Jara, oh, he is really mad with us. Okay, so we're gonna be in trouble. But at least Commander Westbrook is happy. But man, our captain is really unhappy with us. And neither is Chovak. Maybe that wasn't the best decision.
We made it.
Yay!
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
Oh, we got through the storm surge. The price of duty.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Let's get this off.
Ooh, I got burned pretty bad.
Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good.
Going to sickbay.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Oh, Carter made it, so that's good. But I think Jara's gonna be in for some reckoning.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Maybe that was the right idea.
Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Ooh, gonna get a scolding. He's mad.
You disobeyed my orders. Well?
I think it was the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information
You
I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well.
Ooh.
That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Well, he didn't have all the facts, that's the thing.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order, but you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt. Not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes.
I think we.
So, let's just boil it down to you did what you
I
had
think
to.
we won him over.
That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday.
I think we got through that.
Despite it all,
the
got
best
our
that we
final
could.
Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we made it through the storm surge, so that seems good. And the price of duty. We're getting ready to leave, which is pretty exciting. All I ask is a tall ship. So we're making all our final repairs.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeching. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, a good one.
Disengage docking clamps.
We're heading out. Weren't we supposed to pick up like a diplomat? Did we do that already? I don't think we have.
Clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
We were supposed to pick up some sort of mediator who was gonna resolve this Hotari diplomatic dispute or something. Oh, look at our ship. Ooh, there we go. Wow, that is awesome.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Ooh, Warp 8, we're not.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
Let's say, do it.
Helm. Do it.
Nicely done.
So let's sit in our chair. Oh, I
Easy.
nearly fell down.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
I think I need more of my supplement.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Oh, I look sick.
Commander, help me get her inside!
So I'm getting my infusion of whatever that drug was again, deuteride or something like that.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first
Ooh,
officer.
I almost died.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your duridium levels got
Duridium, that's
dangerously
the name
low
of
and
the stuff.
destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval,
Dr. Duval.
Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
I think it's an honor to be with Starfleet.
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad, to represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Oh,
My professional opinion is that the accident
some
took a
anger
toll.
about that accident still.
More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
No, not at all.
What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll
Well,
be.
I think he's learned his lesson, right?
I think after what happened, Captain Solano's learned his lesson. And whatever ambition he once had is on hold for a while.
He may say that, but we'll see what happens. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized.
Well, that's good.
And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
And my work here
I
is
wonder if I'm
done.
gonna have to, like, keep monitoring my duridium levels. And make sure I don't get too low.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
Tell them not to worry, it's okay.
I don't want anyone to worry. This is just part of who I am. It doesn't define me.
Of course. I completely understand. And I would probably feel the same way if I were you. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant Bedrosian. And Carter's waking up too.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm.
Am I gonna have a scar? Yeah!
That's the combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple
Hey,
of times
Miranda.
to see you already. Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duval.
We'll say, how do I look?
It did take one hell of a shot, though.
So, be honest. How bad do I look?
You look...
Rugged with my scar.
Rugged.
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you.
We'll say, you can
Instead
tell
of
me
tiptoeing
anything.
around it.
It's okay, Miranda. You can tell me anything.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
Oh, she likes me.
This is all kind of unexpected.
I didn't expect this either. But here we are. And I didn't want to ignore it. I just figured I'd steer right into it. Well, what do you think? I've been about as direct as I can stomach.
He seems like he likes her too, so I'll
You
say
can
I like
do
you too.
that too.
I like you too, Miranda. Let's see where this goes.
Okay. I was really hoping you'd say that.
All right. Hooray!
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
I guess when their profiles have the green outline, it means like they're thinking good of you when it pops up in the corner like that. Cast adrift. This feels like a pretty good place to stop.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is...
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Oh, we're gonna meet our diplomat. Maybe we're
Find
not
us
gonna
our
stop.
diplomat, if you will.
Yeah.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal.
Alright, so I think we are gonna stop here. So we're gonna meet the diplomat next time. And we'll stop because a lot happened. Like we went on a spacewalk, we almost blew the ship up, but then we saved the ship. We we angered the captain, but he seems to be okay with it. So we'll stop for now, and we'll take a look at what everyone thinks of us right now. I mean, it does seem like the engineer Chovak isn't very happy with us because we didn't blow those bolts. But Dr. Duvall, she understands our loyalty to the captain, and she was encouraged to see that we think independently. Looks like Ermat was happy that we tried to protect the crew instead of disengaging the docking clamps. And then when we tried to explain it, he liked that too. So you know, we'll see, he's going to be on our side, and the same for Commander Westbrook, because of course, you know, it was his idea to save the crew, I believe, with the polarity thingamajig. Lieutenant Bedrosian, we just talked to her. She's pretty happy that we listened to her for those shields, but Captain Solano's not that great. He's pretty upset. And then, of course, you know, we were still having, I guess, a rebellious attitude. He still doesn't like it. So, he seems to be having second thoughts about us. Meanwhile, Carter, looks like Miranda is thrilled to learn that we're interested in her. So that sounds like fun. And Ed Solar is happy that we saved her. So it seems like we had a lot of really good things happen. Some questionable reactions by the captain, but we'll have to see where this all goes when we meet our diplomat next episode. So, real curious what you think about Star Trek Resurgence so far. I'm still really enjoying it. This episode was a little choppy, I noticed in the audio. I'm not sure if that's my system or if that's the build for the game here, because I know there were some updates that had to come out. And we'll see what goes on next time. But if you are enjoying it, let me know what you like about Star Trek Resurgence in the comments below, or drop a like or subscribe. And we will see you all on this next mission. Thanks so much, and Space Tron out.